a lot of people don't know about what is the CAIA charter. So let's start with what is the CAIA charter, because someone who's
So
going to explain best.
yes, so that one is basically the CAIA. That's how they call it. So basically, it stands for the yeah, because CAIA is like so hard to say, so it's CAIA.
I actually
And
have it on my phone. I have to read it.
so that one is basically the Chartered Alternative Investment Analyst. So basically, it's another charter that it's heavily focused on alternative investment. So let me tell you this, it's very much structured like the CFA program. It's exactly the same way. So yeah, it's exactly the same way. Like even when you sign up to the program, like it's the same. So you have two levels, you have level one and level two. I did not take level one because I got an exemption since I had my CFA designation. So I went directly to level two. And level two is basically structured like level three. You have multiple choice question and then you have essay questions. And your essay portion is pretty much like level three of the CFA, where you have command words and you have to make sure you're answering the question based on those command words. So the CAIA program is heavily focused on alternative investment, but also like on newer things that it's happening in the market. So some of the things, for instance, that you will learn in the CAIA program is, of course, like regular stuff like private equity, hedge funds, real estate. You also have Bitcoin, you have cryptocurrency. So you learn about those things as well.
It's pretty
And
amazing because they've added those.
yeah, and usually you have like 5 months to prepare for the exam. And I at least I'm speaking for level two, because for level two they open the examination. Like the examination window, I think in October or in November. I think it was in October, and then you have like 6 months to prepare for it. Like I gave, for instance, my exam in March, and basically what happened is that you have a lot of multiple choice questions, you have essay questions, and the exam is like 4 hours long. And once you're able to pass level two, then you get basically the charter, which is the CAIA charter, and it's just basically a deeper explanation of alternative investment. There are topics that you probably have seen in the CFA program if you took the CFA program, but for other stuffs, for instance, for me, were completely new. Like there's like a bunch of new things for me, so I had to take time to like learn them. And again, for the CAIA program, you have few approved providers like Schweizer, but then you also have two new ones like Upper Mark and Edge designations, which are the one that I work with. I bought like approved providers to study, but it's not. I wouldn't say is as hard as the CFA program. It's something in between, so it should not be taken lightly because there are people who still don't pass the exam. So it's you still have to put the hours. They actually recommend that you put 250 hours to study for the level two. And it's something that you should not underestimate. Like you have to really take the time to study for it. Yeah.
And is there any specific eligibility, like for the CFA exam, we have a certain level of eligibility to start off?
You know what? I don't know, because for me it was a different case since I had like my CFA designation. I got an exemption and went directly on level two. I just do not know for people who don't have any type of experience what the requirements are. So I can't really say too much about that.
Fair. But do you think that adding the CAIA charter to your work profile was an added advantage? Like, does it help you? Like you said, the CFA designation in some point has something to do with what you're doing practically. What about the CAIA designation?
So for me, again, the CAIA I was going to do regardless. Um, but definitely, I've spoken to someone at work and they told me that's the new next thing. So it's better that you like get it now. So for me, I can see how it can be the next thing, because of course, alternative investment is something, because usually we invest in traditional assets, but I think it's also to be aware of the fact that there are other things other than traditional asset classes. So alternative investment, I can see how it can be used. We haven't used it yet, but it's something that I do want to start using and being able to apply it eventually.
And I think the fact that, you said that they are also talking about Bitcoin and crypto, which is pretty,
Yeah.
like, I think new. I won't say new because it's been a few years, but it's quite updated. And I think that's the
Yeah.
best part of these designations. Having said that, I think we've come to the end of our conversation. But